Well, do you mind if I, as we're talking, I update my Facebook a little bit? While we're doing,
Absolutely. What is the current update?
okay, let's see. No, I don't know. But
Interviewing dude
yeah,
about
exactly.
movie.
Well, in past interviews, you've stated that you don't really look at story. You don't look at you know, characters and things like that. You look at more of what characters are going through and kind of fit that into your own life and the issues that you're going through. So when you're making this movie, what are you trying to work through? What kind of issues?
You know, I'm curious about intimacy. I'm curious about relationships, the way that we communicate. And when I read Chad's book, Men, Women, and Children, I thought, wow, here he somehow approached 12 different characters, men, women, children, parents, kids, young people falling in love, marriages coming together, falling apart, and how the internet has changed all of that.
Right.
And it felt so true to this moment that it just, I don't know, it just zaps me when I read something like that.
Right. You have a 8-year-old daughter. I have a 3-year-old daughter, so she's not at that age yet where we're going to have to worry about
Does she have a phone
media.
yet?
Not yet.
Right.
But your daughter's closer to that age. I mean, what are the policies in the Reitman household when it comes to that? Are you starting to talk about
that's
people?
the thing. I wish that we lived in a moment where we had policies.
Right.
I feel like when I grew up, there were policies. There was rules about how late you could stay out and what movies you watched and how much TV you watched and where you could go and where to borrow the car and go where. Now with the internet, there's no way to govern it. At least we don't know those rules now.
Right.
You could pretend that you could put software in a computer to force your kids not to look at certain things, but the truth is we don't have rules.
Right, that's true.
And it feels as though we're in a moment where all you can do is try to teach your kid enough self-confidence that they don't go end up looking in the wrong places.
It's a little scary, though, as a dad.
It is scary because it feels as though right at the age where you lose grasp and they don't want to listen to anything you say is the moment when they're going to be in the phone the most.
Right, right. I have something to look forward to then, I think, later on.
You have a boy or girl?
Little girl.
Yeah, got a girl too. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Scary moment to be a dad of a girl.
Well, talk a little bit about that. Did you go into this film with the intention of it being kind of a cautionary tale? And if not, how should people take on those more fearful scenes? Do you want them to like kind of step back and go, oh wait, this is something maybe I have to look at a little bit more, or was that not the intention?
You know, I don't really believe in cautionary tales.
Right.
You know, what I see my job as is to somehow portray life in an honest way that creates conversation. So I wanted to make a movie that was entertaining, and it was funny, but it was also truthful about what it's like to be in love or falling out of love in 2014. And a lot of that has to do with how you text, how you communicate, and the amount of feedback we get from online and the communities that we create online instead of the communities in our real lives.
Do you think Jennifer Garner's character is a good mom?
You know, if Jennifer Garner's character lived in the 50s, she'd be the mom who thought that rock and roll was the devil. You know, I think she's misguided. I think she's fearful for reasons that we just discussed.
Right.
You know, I think that Jennifer Garner's character is justified in being scared for her child. She's just going about it the wrong way.
If Allison had Jennifer Garner as a mom, though, things would have been different for Allison, though.
That's the thing. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that the internet has brought up a lot of questions about how we parent our children. And I'm not sure if you can simply approach the actual internet use. You have to approach this stuff from before. You have to approach the reasons we go into the internet. What are we looking for when we go online? We're not just looking for recipes, you know? We're looking for community. We have this human instinct to connect.
Right.
That's why the movie opens with Voyager off in space.
Right.
We have this instinct to connect so strong that we tried to connect with something we don't even know exists billions of miles away from our planet. So why are we trying to connect so much this way and instead of like this?
Right.
And I find that interesting.
I went through that same, you know, thing this weekend. I was at a wedding, and it's interesting. I was at a reception, and everybody at a table was on their phones. So how much do you think, how much life do you think we're actually missing when we're in situations like that? I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody was on the phone during the toast. You know, during the best man speech, somebody was checking their Facebook. I mean, do you think we're really missing a lot of things in life because of what we're doing on the phone?
Well, we're doing a lot of chronicling of our lives instead of living our lives.
Right.
And I do the same thing. I mean, I'm on Twitter. I'm not crazy.
Right.
But we haven't found the balance yet. The internet arrived at our feet fully formed with no instructions. And I don't think we're going to really understand the real way to integrate it into our lives for 50, 60 years. We'll look back and go, God, we were foolish. We were just wandering in the dark.
Right. Is there anything, I think we're around the same age, is there anything that you see that millennials do with the technology that we're given that kind of gets on your nerves or aggravates you?
It's interesting. Ansel Elgort said to me about a month ago that his generation has grown up with access to everything.
Right.
And when you have access to everything, you actually don't feel the urge to go check it out.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's you and my generation who go, wow, we suddenly have access to everything. We need to go see.
Right.
Whereas they've always known that it's there and it's available if they want to go see it. So they don't bother. I think there's something kind of lovely about that.
Do you think the internet's going to change, or has it changed the way that young men see relationships, like with the one character that's having problems with his sexual performance? There's a lot of things that he's going through because of what he sees online, and it's not really what our generation was kind of used to.
Look, when I was 12 years old, I biked down to the magazine stand, put a penthouse in front of a Mad magazine, and had a matter of minutes to try to memorize the images I was seeing for
Right.
usage over the next 6 months. I can't imagine what it's like to be a young man today or a young woman today with that much information out there. Our curiosity does get the better of us sometimes, and certainly we're living in a moment where young men are watching so much pornography that they are making themselves impotent, and young women are dealing with body image issues like they've never had before. There's a lot of dangerous stuff out there. That said, there's a lot of beautiful things online. There's a lot of artists creating things they would never
Right.
create. There's a lot of people falling in love on a daily basis. And then you have even things like the Arab Spring or, hashtag Ferguson, where we're revealing things about our nature in a very important way. Again, the internet is a very important tool that we just don't know how to use perfectly yet.